There's something wrong with Duke. He has been not wanting to touch his kibble. He has not been wanting to eat at all. And I just started noticing that he has some spotted hair loss on the back of his neck. Yeah, guys, if you look right here, it's really, really spotty. His hair is very, very thin. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are having an amazing day so far. So guys, in today's video, there's something wrong with Duke. Now guys, if you don't know who Duke is, he is my year-old Great Dane Cane Corso mixed puppy, and there's something not right with him. So for the past couple weeks, he's been not wanting to touch his kibble. He has not been wanting to eat at all, and I just started noticing that he has some spotted hair loss on the back of his neck. Now I don't know what this could mean. I don't know if he's allergic to the food or if he has a skin fungus. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be checking out the hair loss on his neck. We're going to be taking a culture swab and sending it out to the vet to make sure that it's not a fungus on the back of his neck. And then we're going to be heading to raw and kibble, and we're going to be switching him to a raw diet mixed with kibble and a bunch of other supplements to help his possible allergies, help his stomach, and make him all around a happy pup. Now here we have our big boy right here. You can see he is not feeling the greatest. I know, buddy. You're tired, you just want to lay down all the time. You can see he just wants to sleep all the time, so we definitely need to take him to the vet. We definitely need to get that culture in and switch his diet. But I want to show you guys the missing fur on the back of his neck. So you have to look at a certain angle, and buddy, we gotta look at it. What are you doing, silly? So we got our swab right here. Now before we're able to swab his skin and send it into the lab, guys, I want you to come over here and try to see if you're able to see where he's missing his fur. So I don't know if it's gonna pick up on the camera, but if you look, yeah guys, if you look right here, it's really, really spotty. His hair is very, very thin. So that's exactly where we're gonna take the sample. So we're gonna go on ahead, break the sample open. All right, guys, now we have to make sure that we don't contaminate it, because once we contaminate it with anything other than the skin, well, then we have a bad sample. So we got our swab out. Now here is where we're gonna put our swab. So we're gonna go on ahead and have it nice and ready and open. So we're just gonna scruff Duke like so, and then we're gonna come over here and we're just gonna dig this into the skin like so. We turn it around like this. We're getting the skin. All right, guys, I think we got it good enough. Now what the lab is going to do is they're actually gonna grow the bacteria in here to see what fungus or bacterial infection could be on Duke's skin. And hopefully he doesn't have anything wrong with his skin, that he doesn't have an infection at all, and that it's just allergies, so we're able to switch his food and he ends up a happy dog. So now that we got the sample, what we're gonna do is we're gonna load Duke up in the car and head to raw and kibble. So guys, we are in the car and we're about to get ready to head to raw and kibble. You can see Duke has made himself comfortable. Isn't that right, buddy? Are you laying down and you're so comfortable in the car already? Duke here is definitely disappointed that he can't stick his head out the car window because, buddy, it's raining. You can't stick your head out the car window. But guys, I'll see you back here once me and Duke get to raw and kibble.
One eternity later.
Alright guys, so we just finished up at raw and kibble. Now there was a lot of people in there, a lot of commotion, a lot of other dogs, so I thought it was best not to film in there because it was pretty hectic. But we got our entire baggie of food right here. We have our raw food, we have our supplements, we have our kibble. So you can see it's a giant bag of what everything Duke needs for his new diet. Now I'm not going to open it up right now, so we'll do that when we get home because there's a lot of stuff I want to go through. But they gave us a little card right here, wrote out specifically what to do, how much to give him, and everything I need to know for his new diet. So guys, once I get home, you guys are gonna check this all out. So we have made it inside. We've already opened our giant bag up, so you guys are gonna get a little food haul of what we got, Duke. So the first thing is our kibble right here. So we have Open Farm grass-fed beef recipe right here, which they said is great for what's going on with Duke right here. Now, of course, this is not a big enough bag for Duke, but we're starting him on a small bag so we can try it out, see how he likes it, see how well he does on it, and eventually order the bigger bag. Okay, and then next, we have our grass-fed bison bone broth whole food supplement, which we're gonna put a splash in on each feeding. So you can see it's rock solid right now, so we'd have to defrost this before we are able to give him any of this, but this will hydrate him and give him all the necessary nutrients he needs. Okay, now the next thing, we have one of our supplements. So we have our Safe C Premium Fatty Acids. So we're gonna go ahead and open it up so we can see the packaging because I haven't seen it myself. All right. Okay, so it comes in a container like this. It's a liquid, so we're gonna have to splash a little bit in each feeding. Now, I don't know exactly how much, that's why we have it written down here. And it is shown on the back of this. Now we're gonna grab our next supplement right here. So we have soil-based probiotics and prebiotics. Now this is great to add into your dog's diet because this helps with any intestinal problems or upset stomach. So we're just gonna go ahead and set this aside. Now let's see, we also got him a nice little treat for being the goodest boy ever. So we're gonna go out and give that to him. All right, now we got pumpkin right here. Okay, let's switch this around. Now the reason they gave us pumpkin is because when transitioning a dog or cat to a different diet, it gives them a pretty upset stomach, so the pumpkin actually helps with that upset stomach to give them a better stool. So we're gonna go ahead, put that right there, and now we're on to our raw meat. So I think we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, guys, so let's see what we got here. So the first thing that we got here is beef PMR. All right, let's look at our second one. We got another beef PMR. Now this one's different. We got beef with tripe PMR. And then let's see what these are. Beef PMR again. And lastly, beef HVM. Now guys, if you're wondering what the heck is the difference between all of these raw meats right here, so if you look at the ingredients for each one is a little bit different. So right here with the beef PMR, we have ground beef, heart, liver, kidney, spleen, lung, and beef bone. Now with the beef with tripe PMR, we have ground beef, ground green beef tripe, heart, liver, kidney, lung, and beef bone. And the last one, the beef HVM, is ground beef with bones, heart, liver, kidney, spleen, lung, kale, celery, and a bunch of other veggies that are going to be excellent in Duke's new diet. So now that you got a food haul of everything that I got for Duke from Raw and Kibble, what we're going to be doing is we're going to have to put all of this raw meat in the fridge because you can see it is rock solid. So the only time that we're going to be taking it out to defrost it is when we're feeding it out. And then for the bone broth right here, this is frozen as well. So we're going to be able to pop this in the fridge so it's nice and ready for every meal. So once we do that, guys, we're going to go ahead and head out and give Duke his treat. So we've got our treat, but we also cannot forget about Cody Bear, so we got him a carrot because we don't have any other hides like this. So we have our boys right here. So come here, boys, you guys sit down. So Cody is already sitting down like a good little gentleman he is. Okay, sit. Cody. So we've got both of our big, beautiful boys sitting right here. I mean, look at what gentlemen they look like. Okay, Koda, you got it. Here's your carrot. I know you probably want the hide, but here, Duke. I'm sorry, you guys are gonna have to share. So now that Koda and Duke are gonna munch on their yummy, yummy snack, we're gonna head inside and make Duke's dinner. So we have everything here to make Duke's dinner. Of course, we have his giant bowl that we just cleaned just a second ago. We have our measuring cups right here for the food and our supplements. Of course, we have our old food because we can't completely switch Duke off of his old food because we don't want to upset his stomach. So we're definitely going to incorporate some of the old kibble and some of the new kibble. Of course, our bone broth, our supplements. Of course, our pumpkin for his upset stomach. And over here, we have our raw beef PMR defrosting. I can feel it's already getting a little soft. So once that's done defrosting, we'll be ready to make Duke's dinner. So our meat has finally defrosted. Now we're gonna start building Duke's dinner right here. So first we're gonna take our old dry kibble and take 1 cup of that right here and go ahead and pour it on in. And then we're gonna go ahead and take 1 cup of our new kibble. You can see it's completely different. It's finer pieces, a lot smaller, and it definitely smells a lot stronger. So we have our 2nd cup of food right here. Now what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be putting our raw meat. So we have our scale, we have our bowl. We have to zero it out because we're gonna be putting 225 grams of this beef PMR right here. So we're just gonna go on ahead and start squeezing it in, and you can see it is just so fine right here. Okay, so that's 50 grams. We're gonna have to get a little more. Okay, let's see how much that is. All right, so we have 150. So we have hit 224. That is basically at 225. So now we're just gonna go on ahead and pour our raw meat on in there. Now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna have to go on ahead and mix this on up to make sure it's nice and mixed with the kibble. You can see the kibble is kind of grabbing onto the raw meat right here. So we're gonna keep on mixing the raw meat with the kibble, and then once it's finally mixed, we're gonna add our supplements. So we have got the raw meat mixed in with our kibble. This looks super, super appetizing, and I can't wait to see how Duke likes his new food. So we must add our supplements before he gets to try it. So right here we have our probiotic that we're just gonna go on ahead and add in, and you can see that it comes in a powder form. And we're just gonna go on ahead and take this little baggie right here, and we're gonna be adding 2 teaspoons. So we're gonna go on ahead and get 1 measured out like so and sprinkle it all over our food. Now we're gonna have to mix it in, but we wanna make sure that we cover most all of the food. And now we're just gonna go on ahead and add our second like so. Okay, and then the next thing that we have right here is our fatty acids. Then we're gonna go on ahead and it's gonna be the same exact measurements. We're gonna do 2 teaspoons like so. So we got 1 right here, and then we got 2. All right, okay, so since we got that in there, now it is time to add our pumpkin. So we're just gonna do 2 teaspoons of our pumpkin as well. Okay, now that we have that nice and mixed in, we must add our bone broth. And we're pouring it in 3, 2, and all right, we added a splash of that. Now with all of these supplements, the bone broth, the pumpkin, and these guys right here, Duke's only supposed to get this once a day, so we're gonna start doing this in the morning. But since this is his first time eating raw and kibble diet, we wanted to add everything in. So we're just gonna go on ahead, and you can see nothing is mixed in evenly. And now we just wanna go on ahead, make sure that our powdered supplement and our oils are nice and mixed in. So once we have this nice and ready, we're gonna head and go feed Duke. So we're gonna go on ahead and let our big boy in here. Come on, it's time for dinner time. All right, so we got our food on the table right here. Now we're actually just gonna come and set it down. Come on, buddy. You wanna come and get your food? Okay, we gotta sit, and he's so eager for it. Sit. Sit, Duke. Okay, we're gonna put it down in 3, 2, and oh my goodness. And look at that. From being a picky eater to just going straight for the food and chowing down. Is that some yummy food? Is it Duke approved? Guys, I think he is so happy with the new improvements. I mean, look at him. Look at this big boy. He's loving his food. Look, buddy, you dropped a piece. Look right here. Buddy, you dropped a piece. Do you want to get that? Oh, whoa. The big bites for the big boy. And he's dropping the pieces. But guys, he has literally devoured almost the entire bowl right here. He is just loving his new food. Isn't that right, buddy? It's so good. And he is done. He is just basically licking the remnants of this bowl because of how good it tasted. Oh my goodness, buddy, do you like your new food? Do you want to get the little pieces that dropped? Oh my goodness, that was so yummy. Buddy, there's nothing in there left. You keep on just trying to get and dig for this food. I mean, guys, look at him. He is just pushing his snout in there. I'm sorry, buddy. You'll get more in the morning. But guys, that is going to end today's video. If you all enjoyed today's video, give this video a big thumbs up. And guys, what I want you to do is I want you to comment down below a prayer for little Duke, that he gets better and nothing is wrong with him. Now, guys, if you want to see his journey and see big old Duke heal up and become a big, strong King Corso Great Dane puppy, well, guys, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to my channel in the link down below.